Gentlemen, I pray you tell me where a gentle maiden dwelleth named Young, the ward of Coco. In pity speak, oh speak, I pray you.
Why were you who asked this question?
And dreamy lullaby. My catalog is long, though every passion ranging, and to your humors changing, I tune my supple song. I tune my supple song. Are you in sentimental mood? I'll sigh with you. heave ho, for the wind is free. Our anchors a trip and our helms a leak. Hoorah for the homeward bound. Ho, heave ho, hurrah for the homeward bound. So we lay aloft in the howling breeze, may tickle a landman's taste. But the happiest are a sailor's knees, when he's down in an inland town, with his Nancy on his knees. Yo-ho-ho! And his arm around her waist. The pilot got set up, we go, as the window swings us round. With the yo-he-ho and the rum-he-ho, we're off for the homeward bound. With the yo-he-ho and the rum-he-ho, oh, wandering minstrel, I a thing of charades and patches, of ballad songs and snatches, and dreamy lullaby, and dreamy
Mickey Pooh!
And what may be your business, young man?
Well, I'll tell you. About a year ago, I was a member of the Titty Poo Town Band. Okay, well, it was my duty to take the cap down for contributions. While discharging that delicate office, I saw young. Oh, we loved each other at once, but she was betrothed to her guardian Coco, the cheap tailor, and I found my suit hopeless. Overwhelmed with despair, I quitted the town. But judge of my delights, when I found out a month ago that Coco had been condemned to death for flirting, so I hurried back at once and hoped that Young was at liberty to listen to my protestations.
Coco was indeed condemned to death for flirting, but he was reprieved at the last moment and raised to the rank of Lord High Executioner under the following remarkable circumstances.
A great Mikado, virtuous man, when he to rule our land began, resolved to try a plan whereby young men might best be steady. So he decreed in words succinct that all who flirted leering, unless come in reality, should forthwith be beheaded, should forthwith be beheaded. And I expect you all agree that he was right to so degree, and I am right to do right, and all is right as I can be. And you are right, and we are right, and all is right as I can be. Mr. Decree will understand, 'cause great is made throughout the land, for young and old and shy and bold were equally affected. The youth who winked a roving eye over reason non-connubial side was thereupon condemned to die. He usually objected, he usually objected. And you'll learn now, as I expect, that he was right to so object, and I am right, and you are right, and everything is right. And you are right, and you are right, and everything is right, and everything is right, all is And so we scraped that out on bail, a convict from the county jail, whose head was next on some pretext for delict to be thrown off, and made him payment for his debt, was next to be decapitated, and not the hope of another death until he's got his own off, his own off, his own off, until he's got his own off. And we are with like impulsive to argue in this kind of way, and it is. Our logical Mikado, seeing no moral difference between the dignified judge who condemns a criminal to die and the industrious mechanic who carries out the sentence, has rolled the two offices into one, and every judge is now his own executioner.
Well, how good of you, for I see you are a nobleman of the highest rank to condescend to tell all this to me, a mere strolling minstrel.
Don't mention it. I am, in point of fact, a particularly haughty and exclusive person of pre-Adamite ancestral descent. You will understand this when I tell you that I can trace my ancestry back to a protoplasmal, primordial atomic globe. Consequently, my family pride is something inconceivable. I can't help it. I was born sneering, but I struggle hard to overcome this defect. I mortify my pride continually. When all the great officers of state resigned in a body because they were too proud to serve under an ex-tailor, did I not unhesitatingly accept all their posts at once?
And the salaries attached to them, if you did.
It is consequently my degrading duty to serve this upstart as First Lord of the Treasury, Lord Chief Justice, Commander-in-Chief, Lord High Admiral, Master of the Buckhounds, Groom of the Backstairs, Archbishop of Titipu, and Lord Mayor, both acting and elect, all rolled into one, and at a salary. A poobah paid for his services. I a salaried minion, but I do it. It revolts me, but I do it.
And it does you credit.
I don't stop at that. I go and dine with middle-class people on reasonable terms, dance at cheap suburban parties for a moderate fee. I send fresh and get in your hands, however lowly. I also retail state secrets at a very low figure. For instance, any further information about Yum Yum would come under the head of a state secret. Another insult, and I think a light one. Young and despair, likewise go true. Young the fair, you must not woo. It will not do. I'm sorry for you, you very perfect ablutioner. This vegetable to young, will went away and go gone, with a beat and drum, and a rum-tum-tum, to wed the Lord High Executioner. And the blush, and the tongue to play, and the blush on the wedding day, she'll toddle away, as all of her, with the Lord High Executioner. And the brass will flash, and the tongue will swear, and the blush will flash on the wedding day, she'll toddle away, as all of her, with the Lord High Executioner. It's a hopeless case, as you may see, and in your face, away at me. But don't blame me, I'm sorry to be of your pleasure a diminution. They'll allow the fact extremely soon. In point of fact this afternoon, upon you, with a light and commences, so you shall. And But if he comes equipped as suits his station, he'll give you any further information. Taken from the county jail by a set of curious chances, liberated then on bail, on my own recognizances, wafted by a favoring gale, as one sometimes is in trances, to a height that few can scale, save by long and weary dances, surely never had a nail. Under such like circumstances, so adventurous a tale which may rank with most romances. Taken from the county jail, adventurous a tale. Much touched by this reception, I can only hope that by a strict attention to duty, I shall ensure a continuance of those favors which it will ever be my study to deserve. If I should ever be called upon to act professionally, I am confident there will be no difficulty in finding plenty of people whose loss will be a distinct gain to society at large. As someday it may happen that a victim must be found, I've got a little list of society offenders who might well be underground and who never would be missed. They never would be missed. There's the pestilential nuisances who write for autographs, or people who have flabby hands or irritating laughs, or children who are up in dates and bore you with a flat, or persons who on shaking hands shake hands with you like that, and older persons who on spoiling tete-a-tetes insist. They'd none of them be missed. They'd none of them be missed. He's got them on the list. He's got them on the list. And they'll none of them be missed. They'll none of them be missed. And that nice Cyprius who just now is rather rife, the judicial humorist, I've got him on the list. And all funny fellows, comic men and clowns of private life, they'd none of them be missed. They'd none of them be missed. And apologetic statesmen of a compromising kind, such as whatcha-callin', thingamabob, and likewise, never mind. And what's his name, and likewise you know who. The task of filling up the blanks I'd rather leave to you, for it really doesn't matter whom you put upon the list, for they'd none of them be missed. They'd none of them be missed. You may put them on the list. You may put them on the list.
There's a matter I'd like to discuss with you. It seems that the festivities in connection with my approaching marriage must last a week. I should like to do it handsomely, and I wanted to consult you upon how much I ought to spend on them.
Certainly. In which of my capacities as First Lord of the Treasury, Lord and Chamberlain, Attorney General, Chancellor of the Exchequer, Privy Purse, or Private Secretary?
Well, supposing that we say as private secretary.
Speaking as your private secretary, I should say that as the city will have to pay for it, don't stint yourself, do it well.
Exactly, as the city will have to pay for it, that is your advice.
As private secretary. Of course, you will understand that as Chancellor of the Exchequer, I am bound to see that due economy is observed.
Oh, but just now you said, don't stint yourself, do it well.
As private secretary.
And now you're saying due economy must be observed.
As Chancellor of the Exchequer.
Come over here where the Chancellor can't hear us. Now then, as my solicitor.
Oh, as your solicitor, I should have no hesitation in saying checked it.
Thank you, I will.
If it were not that, as Lord Chief Justice, I am bound to see that the law isn't violated.
I see. Come over here where the Lord Chief Justice can't hear us. Now then, as First Lord of the Treasury.
Of course, as First Lord of the Treasury, I could propose a special vote that would cover all expenses. Or if it were not that, as Leader of the Opposition, it would be my duty to resist his tooth and nail. Or as Paymaster General, I could so cook the accounts that as Lord High Auditor, I should never discover the fraud. But then as Archbishop of Titipu, it would be my duty to denounce my dishonesty and give myself into my own custody as First Commissioner of Police.
That's very awkward.
I don't say that all these distinguished people can be squared, but it is right to tell you that they wouldn't be sufficiently degraded in their own estimation unless they are insulted with a very considerable bribe.
The matter shall have my careful consideration. But my bride and her sisters approach. And such an abject groveling characters in Japanese culture.
Thank you.
idea.
It seems odd, doesn't it?
It does seem a bit peculiar. Oh, I expect it's all right. Must have a beginning, you know.
Well, of course I know nothing about these things, but I've no objection if it's usual.
Oh, it's perfectly usual, I think. Hey, Lord Chamberlain?
I am known as John.
Thank goodness that's over.
Will you present me?
Oh, please,
One
this is the
at a
gentleman.
time, if you please.
Oh, if you please, this is the gentleman who used to play so beautifully on the
Marine Parade.
Yes, I think that was the name of the instrument.
Well, I have the misfortune of loving your ward, Yum Yum. I know I deserve your anger.
Anger? Not a bit, my boy. Why, I love her myself. Charming little creature, isn't she? Pretty eyes, nice hair, taking little thing altogether. Very glad to have my opinion backed by a competent authority. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
What is this?
Go with it, girls. I'm talking to girls like you. Go with it, there's dears.
Who'va, allow me to present you. These are my 3 wards. The one in the middle is my bride-elect.
What do you want me to do to them? Mind, I will not kiss them.
No, you shan't kiss them. A little bow, a mere nothing.
It goes against the grain. They are not young ladies, but they are young persons.
Come, give it a try. There's a good nobleman.
Well, I shan't mean it. How do you do, little girls? How do you do? My possible ancestor.
That's very good.
It's nothing to laugh at. It's very painful to me to have to say, how do you do, little girls? How do you do to young persons? I'm not in the habit of saying that to anyone under the rank of a stockbroker.
Don't laugh at him. He can't help it. He's under treatment for it. You don't understand the delicacy of your position.
You know how delicate it is, don't you?
I should think we do. How a nobleman of your importance can do it at all is a thing I never can, never shall understand. You are the one that's
So please very much regret if we have failed in etiquette. To order a rank so high we shall know better by and by. But youth, of course, must have its wings so marvelous, so marvelous. Don't and girls, this happy spring be marvelous, be marvelous. If we would like to dance and sing tra-la-la-la-la. But you, of course, must have its things so marvelous. And don't you, girls, must have its spring be marvelous. But you, of course, must have its things so marvelous. Tra-la-la-la-la-la, 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 tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la.
I think you're to recollect you can't show too much respect to what I title folk, but nobody does, so why should we? Yes, you had or should have its fingers born on us, to offer prerogative, things so born on us, if we incline to dance and sing tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la.
Yum Yum! Oh, alas, we're alone. I have sought after you for night and day for 3 weeks in hope that your guardian was beheaded. But now I find you are to marry him this afternoon.
Alas, yes.
But you don't love him?
Alas, no.
Oh, modified rapture! Why don't you refuse him?
Well, what good would that do? He's my guardian and he wouldn't let me marry you.
But I would wait until you're of age.
Oh, but you forget that in Japan, girls do not arrive at years of discretion until they are 50.
19 to 49 are considered years of indiscretion.
Besides, a wandering wandering minstrel who plays a wind instrument outside tea houses is hardly a fitting husband for the ward of a high-lord executioner.
But, shall I tell her? Yes, she will not betray me. What if I could prove to you that after all I am no musician?
There are certain of it directly I heard you play!
Well, what if I could prove to you that I am the son of the Mikado?
Son of the Mikado? But why is your highness disguised? What has your highness done? And will your highness promise never to do it again?
Well, some years ago, I had the misfortune of captivating Kadisha, an elderly lady of my father's court. She misconstrued my customary affability into expressions of affection and claimed my hand in marriage under my father's law. My father, the Junius Lucius Brutus of his race, ordered me to marry her within a week or perish ignominiously on the scaffold. So that night, I fled his court, and under the disguise of a second trombone, I joined the band in which you found me when I had the happiness of seeing you.
If you please, your highness had better not come too near. The laws against flirting are excessively severe.
But we are quite alone. Nobody can see us.
Still, that doesn't make it right. To flirt is capital. And we must obey the law.
Well, deuce take the law.
Oh, I wish it would, but it won't.
Oh, if it would, how happy we might be.
Happy indeed.
So happy that we might be sitting side by side. Like that.
Instead of being obliged to sit half a mile off like that.
We could be gazing into each other's eyes. Like that.
Breathing sighs of unutterable love.
With our arms around each other's waist. Like that.
Oh yes, if it wasn't for the law.
If it wasn't for the law.
As it is, of course, we couldn't do anything of the kind.
Oh, not for worlds.
Being engaged to Coco, you know.
Being engaged to Coco. Were you not to Coco plighted, I would say in tender tone, loved one, let us be united, let us be each other's own. I would merge all rank and station, worldly sneers are not for us, and to guard my admiration, I would kiss you fondly thus. I would kiss you fondly thus.
But as I'm engaged to Coco, to embrace you thus comes Coco, would distinctly be no Choco, and more than I should get Choco.
But in spite of all temptation, such a thing I'll not discuss, and by no consideration will I kiss you only once. Will I kiss you Let me make this clear to you. This is what I'll never do. This is what I'll never do. This is what I'll never do. I'll never do. Oh, this is what I'll never There she goes. To think how entirely my future happiness is wrapped up in that little parcel. Really, it hardly seems worthwhile.
Oh, matrimony! Now then, sir, what is it? Can't you see that I was trying to soliloquize? You're interrupted an apostrophe, sir.
I'm the bearer of a letter from His Majesty the Mikado.
A letter from the Mikado? What can I have to say to me? Dear sir, etc., etc. Here it is. I knew it would come sooner or later. His Majesty the Mikado is struck by the fact that no executions have taken place in Titipu for a year, and decrees that unless one happens by the end of the month, the post of Lord High Executioner shall be abolished, and Titipu reduced to the rank of a village.
But that will involve us all in irretrievable ruin.
Yes. I'll rescue somebody at once. But who?
Well, it seems unkind to say so, but as you're already under sentence of death for flirting, everything seems to point to you.
Why, that's absurd. I can't very well kill myself.
Why not?
Why not? Well, in the first place, self-decapitation is an extremely difficult, not to say dangerous, thing to attempt. It's suicide, and suicide is a capital offense.
That is so.
We might observe that.
True, it could be argued 6 months hence before a full court.
Besides, I don't see how a man can cut off his own head.
A man might try.
Even if he only succeeded in cutting it half off, that would be something.
It would be taken as an element of your desire to comply with the imperial will.
No. No, pardon me, but there I am adamant. As official headsman, my reputation is at stake, and I won't consent to embark on a professional venture unless I see my way to a successful result.
Such professional conscientiousness is highly creditable to you, but it places us in a very awkward position.
My good sir, the awkwardness of your position is grace itself compared with that of a man engaged in the act of cutting off his own head.
I'm afraid that, unless you can obtain a substitute.
Substitute? Well, certainly, nothing easier. Huba, I appoint you Lord High Substitute.
I should be delighted. Such an appointment would realize my fondest dreams, but no. Any sacrifice I must set bounds to my insatiable ambition. I am so proud, if I allowed my family pride to be my guide. I volunteer to quit this sphere instead of you in a minute or two. But family pride must be denied and set aside and mortified and mortified.
My brain teems with endless schemes for good and new, for Titipu, and if I think the benefit that I can use, that town will lose. Now every man to aid his flange of blood and plan his I heard one day a gentleman say that criminals who, according to, can hardly feel the fatal steel and so are slain without much pain. If this is true, it's jolly for you, your courage true to bid us adieu.
I am so proud.
I drink in
if I allowed my family pride to be my guide.
And if I think to never see our latest wish, I cast now every time you wake his pleasure, promise as best we can. And so, although I'm ready to go, yet recollect what disrespected I neglect to thus effect this aim direct. So I object,
And so, although I wish to go, and greatly pine to brightly shine and take the line of a needle fine with brilliant I must decline.
And go, friend, and know how much you dare. I'm quite aware it's your affair, yet I declare I take your share, but I don't much care. I take your share, but I don't much care. I take your share,
Shop, 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 putting into each other on a big bad pot.
myself to be respited at the last moment, merely in order to benefit my native town, now am required to die, and that by a man whom I have loaded with honors? Is this public gratitude? Is this... Go away, sir, how dare you? Have I never to be permitted to soliloquize?
Go on, don't mind me.
What are you going to do with that rope?
I'm going to terminate an unbearable existence.
Terminate your existence? Nonsense, what for?
Because you were to marry the girl whom I adore.
Nonsense, sir, I won't permit it. I am a humane man, and if you try anything of the kind, I shall summon my guard.
Well, if you attempt to summon your guard, I will perform the happy dispatch with this dagger.
No, don't do that! This is horrible! Do you see that in committing suicide, you are committing a crime, which is... Oh, substitute.
What do you mean?
If you really mean what you say,
I do.
and if you are absolutely resolved to die,
Absolutely.
and if nothing whatever will shake your determination,
Nothing.
then don't spoil yourself by committing suicide, but be beheaded handsomely at the hands of the public executioner.
I don't see how that would benefit me.
Don't. Observe. You'll have a month to live, and you'll live like a fighting cock at my expense. Then, when the day comes, there'll be a grand public ceremonial. You'll be the central figure. No one will attempt to deprive you of that distinction. There'll be bands, a death march, bells tolling, all the girls in tears, Yum distracted. Then, when it's all over, general rejoicings and a display of fireworks in the evening. You won't see the fireworks, but they'll be there all the same.
Do you really think that Yum would be distracted by my death?
I do. She's the most tender-hearted creature alive.
Oh, but I wouldn't want to cause her any pain. Perhaps if I were to withdraw from Japan for a couple of years and then travel about Europe, maybe then I might contrive to forget her.
Oh no, I don't think you could forget Yum so easily. And besides, what is more miserable than a love-blighted life?
True.
Life without Yum, why, it seems absurd.
And yet so many good people have to endure it.
Poor devils, yes. You are quite right not to be of their number.
I will not be of their number.
Noble fellow.
I'll tell you how we'll manage it. I'll marry Yum now, and you can behead me in a month.
No, I draw the line at Yum.
Very well. If you can draw the line at Yum, so can I.
But stop! Listen a moment! Be reasonable! How can I consent you're marrying Yum if I'm going to marry her myself?
Well, she'll be a widow in a month, and then you can marry her.
That's true. I quite see that. But dear me, my position during this next month will be most unpleasant. Most unpleasant.
Not nearly as unpleasant as mine will be at the end of it.
Well, dear me. I agree. After all, it's only putting off my wedding for another month. But you won't prejudice her against me, will you? You see, I've educated her to be my wife. She's been taught to regard me as a wise and a good man. I shouldn't want her views on that point disturbed.
Trust me, she shall never learn the truth.
We must listen and gloomy strive. We come to learn how you decide. Don't hesitate, your choice to make. A dreadful fate you'll suffer all the But as one month you've got to live as fellow citizen. This toast with 3 times 3 will give long life. Long life to you. Long life to you. Long life to you.
Your